You know, the early odds makers have said that if Fury fought you, he would be the favorite. I can't remember a time where you weren't the favorite. I mean, I think you were a slight favorite against Klitschko, and everything
Mm.
else, I think you were a favorite. So,
The only reason is because of that Ruiz fight. That's the only reason, and that's why I'm ready to redeem and put trust back into my stable. I get it. You know, after I went through what I went through and made no excuse, it must have seen that Ruiz beat the better man that night. You know, so I didn't make no excuse. So Ruiz must have believed that, yeah, that night I beat the best, I beat Joshua, and that's cool to think that. But I'm working. It's such a shame that I'm in quarantine right now because it's put a halt to greatness, but this is part of history. But I'm working towards beating Tyson Fury. Whether the bookmakers or the believers or the doubters want to believe in me or not, I have to believe it. I'm working towards beating, Tyson Fury. And quickly before I move on, it's in a way overlooking Pulev, but I got to look through Pulev because I'm going to walk through Pulev. That's the mindset. I got to walk through him. When it comes to Pulev, he ain't on my level. I'm walking through him. I want the boys at the top. I ain't worried about the boys, around me. I'm walking through them more, and that's the mindset that we have to have as fighters. So I'm looking at Tyson Fury. Like I'm gonna walk through him as well. But I had my issue last year. I got through it, and I want to correct it. And I told you, like, people don't know what that does for a fighter mentally when he loses in front of the world and what it takes to come back. And having this time to reflect has been a blessing in disguise. It's been a blessing in disguise. So we'll see what the future holds. And when Fury and Wilder's ready, I'll tell you this: I will not turn down that offer at all.
Those were the comments of Anthony Joshua when Chris Mannix, in his podcast, said that Tyson Fury right now is the betting favorite over Anthony Joshua if those two guys fought. And Anthony Joshua made that response that it's mainly because of the fight that he had against Andy Ruiz at Madison Square Garden on June 1st, 2019, where he got knocked down multiple times and the referee ended up stopping the fight, giving Anthony Joshua his first loss of his professional career. Um, uh, he had responded and was able to win those belts in the rematch on December 7th. So he is once again the unified heavyweight champion. And right now, that isn't up as much as Tyson Fury's stoppage victory over Deontay Wilder on February 22nd to hand Deontay Wilder his first loss of his professional career after, being the WBC heavyweight champion for over 5 years. So that is why right now Tyson Fury is a betting favorite over Anthony Joshua. But Anthony Joshua says, if they want to, make me the underdog, that's fine. People kind of like wrote him off after his first loss to Andy Ruiz, saying that, it's all over for Anthony Joshua. He won't be able to get back from this particular loss. He's going to, lose the rematch, and then we might not see him again. But he was able to, regroup, refocus, get his skills sharpened, and then in the rematch, he was able to execute the things that he wanted to execute in order to win that fight and become the unified heavyweight champion once again. But if that fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua does come down, it may still have Tyson Fury as the betting favorite. And I've said it in an earlier video that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua have sparred against each other multiple times, and that it has been a good little scrap between those two fighters. And I think that at the top of their games, that the fight between Fury and Joshua will be one of the best fights in the heavyweight division that we will see for, I would say, 20 to 25 years. So, with what Anthony Joshua is saying here is that putting him as an underdog will only motivate him to work harder and to, sharpen himself even more to where once that fight particularly happens, it's going to have Joshua at his absolute best. And I'm sure that Tyson Fury will be at his absolute best as well, because for me, I think that this version of Tyson Fury is one that has all the tools that he could possibly have in order to be a polished fighter in comparison to what he was, years ago. Kind of being a little bit clumsy and things like that. Of course, we know about him uppercutting himself and all of that. But right now, Tyson Fury has sharpened himself in order to become that fighter that he is right now. And so you take Tyson Fury at the top of his game and then Anthony Joshua at the top of his game, and you will have a great fight. That's what I got in reference to this particular topic. You can subscribe to The Boxing Source here on YouTube, or you can catch The Boxing Source radio show. That is Sundays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Blog Talk Radio, or subscribe to the podcast, which is on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. On that note, folks, I'm out. Peace.